The word for you today, our second day of Find a Mentor. Matthew chapter 11, verse 29, Jesus is speaking. He says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." A mentor is someone who understands us and leads us to be more than what we could be on our own. Jesus is the greatest mentor we could have. So let me ask you, how can Jesus be your mentor? Well, first of all, let's take a look at this verse. We take his yoke upon us. He says, "Take my yoke upon you." What does it mean to take a yoke upon you? Well, he has a plan for us, and we need to submit to that plan. A yoke is something that would go around an animal, and the animal would pull something, and it would accomplish something. When God has something for you to do, and it's kind of like putting something around you, and then you pull, and you're accomplishing something. A horse put a bit in its mouth to guide it direction. We take his yoke. We say, "Okay, God, what is it you want me to do?" And chances are he's going to tell you to do something you really don't want to do. Or it may be something that you really do want to do. But I guarantee you this, if God is calling you to do it, you'll do it well. Why? Because he knows you better than you know yourself. So the first thing we do to make Jesus our mentor is we take his yoke. We submit our will to his. The second thing, he says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me." So we learn from him. We spend time with him. We study the Bible. We ask the Holy Spirit to reveal the spiritual truths to us so that we know that we're going the right direction. The third thing, well, why should we be mentored by Jesus? We should take his yoke. We need to learn from him. And in this verse, why should we be mentored? He says, "For I am gentle." He says he is gentle. He knows us. And anything that he does is going to be for our best good. And he knows how to take care of us. He says, "I am gentle and humble." He's gentle. He's also humble. Jesus has a servant heart. This means he wants to help us. He wants to help us to become more than what we could be in ourselves. We will walk and work together with him. He says, "For I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." Rest doesn't mean doing nothing. Rest means fulfillment. When we have meaning in life, we find energy to do things. You look at some people and you see they're just going and going and going and going, and they're all excited and they've got energy. Well, it's because they love what they're doing, and that creates energy. Is there anything that you're that way about? You can just go and go and go and do it because you're excited about it, and it gives you an energy. Jesus wants to be our mentor. We take his yoke upon us. We learn from him. And then, because he's gentle, because he's humble, we find rest for our souls. We find a fulfillment in life. And here's the thing, we don't do it on our own. He walks with us and helps us along the way. There was a lady named Sarah Smiley. She was preparing to descend the 5,000-foot mountain peak in central Switzerland. Her guide told her, as they got ready to go, her guide says, "Here, give me your pack." And she says, No. She gave him some of the pack, but she kept others on. And as they went down the mountain, she would get tired and she would need to sit and rest. And finally, after one of the rests, the guide demanded, "Give me the rest of your pack." The only thing she had was her staff, her cane. And she made it rest of the way with no problem. But see, she was trying to carry a load that she wasn't designed to carry. The guide had done it many times before. He could carry not only his load, but he could carry hers. But she was trying to carry too much. Once she got rid of what she was trying to carry, she was having a good time. It went well. And sometimes we do that in life. Sometimes we are trying to do things God didn't create us to do. Sometimes we're trying to enjoy life and we haven't found that thing that brings us fulfillment. We're trying to go through life and somehow enjoy this life when we're missing out on what God really has for us. That's just like putting weights on us. It weighs us down. Life, it's harder to go through life that way. So finding a mentor, take Jesus' yoke upon you. learn from him. And then what happens? You're going to find fulfillment in life. I encourage you, if you're not doing something for him, ask him, God, what is it you want me to do? Have a good day.